Welcome back. My name is Bryce. On Facebook, I asked about some organizing, how y'all wanted this video to be set up. So this is going to be a two-part video. We are going to do this closet, the office desk area, and our entertainment center, and a few things in the living room. There's really not that much in the living room. And then next week, we're going to go over the kitchen, bedroom, and our bathroom. If you'd seen our house tour video, then you know our bathroom is kind of in our bedroom, and I have the door closed because it's a mess in there right now, to be quite honest. So all the stuff that I'm going to show you today, you can either pick up, you can either pick up at Walmart, Dollar Tree, and Home Depot for one thing in particular. I am not a huge person when it comes to gimmicky organizing stuff because one, I personally just don't like any of that stuff, to be quite honest. And you're gonna come here? Come here. It's like he knows when the camera is starting to roll. So I don't like a lot of the gimmicky organizing type stuff. I'm not a huge person when it comes to hanging organizing stuff either. So you'll kind of see my stuff is very simple, basic, but I also want things to be very efficient in the camper. The stuff that I have when it comes to organizing stuff, I'm very thoughtful of it because one, it is money that you're spending on it. I just want it to work very well. So there are some things that I have kind of changed over the years of doing this. We've been in this camper for almost 4 years. It'll actually be 4 years in a few weeks, which is crazy. Which reminds me, if you're new, hi. Kina, you want to say hi to our friends? Yeah? My husband Chase is actually at work right now. He's a welder, welds on various power plants and refineries across the country. And we live and travel full-time in our camper. And this week and next week, we'll all be organizing videos. It's pretty boring here when it's work time. And we've already done a few kind of day in the life videos of what our life looks like. When you walk into the camper, this is the first thing you'll see. We do have washer and dryer hookups in it, but we do not have washer and dryer hookups. We have, ta-da! I'm gonna kind of walk you through things and I'll give you a whole pan. This closet gets very dark in here. I have some lights on, hopefully y'all can kind of see it, but one thing that has been huge for me, we have our full vacuum cleaner in here. One thing that has been really helpful is actually having this puck light. I don't know if that really made a huge difference, but it does make a difference. Now, I got this at Dollar Tree. I don't know if you can, got it from Dollar Tree, $1.25. It actually works really well. I can't remember how many lumens this is, but for $1.25, you can't really beat it. It did come with some backing sticky stuff, but I actually got, I know the back part came off, but I actually got this backing from Home Depot. It's actually the brand Velcro. I have nothing against Command strips and hooks and stuff like that. The actual Command brand backing stuff doesn't really hold well for me, and I have found that the Velcro brand actually holds really well. So it's actually here's the, I don't know if y'all can see it really well. People, you know how they do the whole, so it's the actual Velcro. So this is the fluffy side and this is more of the rougher type side, and it has held up so well, y'all. I 10 out of 10 recommend if you need anything to be stuck on the walls secure. Velcro brand has worked the best. You need to make sure you wipe down the area, let it dry, and then apply this on it. But there is a way to hang it if you need to, but personally I don't need to. It does get really dark, especially at nighttime if we need to access this closet to throw away something or what have you. And having it at the top, it just wasn't gonna be well, and I didn't want to put it below underneath where the trash can is. And so for me, the best spot was just going to be right here, and it's held up extremely well. I have one more of these puck lights, which I'll show you all in a little bit in the living room. They're really great. Oh, I forgot to mention, they do have magnets on the side, but for $1.25, y'all, really cannot beat it. Another thing that has been really cool for this is, let me show y'all. Let me turn on my light for you. Wow. Are actually these, I don't know what you would call these, holders, I guess. I got these at Walmart, and y'all, they have been absolutely amazing. They have stayed on really, really well. You just peel the back and stick it on. Make sure you wipe the area. And I put basic, this is a glass cleaner and then an all-purpose cleaner. Pretty much the two cleaners I use. They have stuck so well, y'all. 10 out of 10 recommend doing that. I did in the past used to have it right here, which was fine, but I felt like it kind of got in the way with having to use the trash can, which is right there. Now these baskets are from the Dollar Tree, and what I like about them is that they fit really tight in here. So if I need to pull something out, it's kind of hard to do with one hand. They kind of form, if that makes sense. So all of my cleaning stuff, laundry stuff is in here, and then it fits really snug and tight in there. And then for trash bags, I just kind of take them out of the box and put them through the little handle here and access the trash bags really easily. Another thing, this actually came with the camper, which is funny. This hook right here to hang headlamps. Honestly, I think it's probably meant to be something else, but anyway. Now we have like athletic equipment and stuff. Now for tubs, I'm kind of picky with my tubs. I know that sounds really weird, but there are some things that being able to wipe it out is very important in making sure it fits. A lot of times we're not really close to places that have tubs. Usually we're fairly close to Walmart, but sometimes even then. So what I will do is if I am needing a tub for something, I will measure the area, the whole length, width, height, and all that stuff. And I'll take the tape measure in with me and I'll actually like measure stuff because one, I don't want to waste trips to the store. That is a tip if you are needing tubs. So I got these at Dollar Tree, 10 out of 10 recommend. These hanging things I got at Walmart, which 10 out of 10 recommend. You can use them for like really any type of cleaner that you have. You can put them underneath the sink cabinets if you need to. These have held up really well even on travel days. For cleaning stuff in general, I keep it very basic, but I will a lot of times take stuff out of the boxes and then put it in here because one, the boxes just take up a lot of space. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll just put them in Ziploc bags. So like these are our dryer balls that we use because I don't use a little fabric dryer sheets or whatever. And so I'll put them in plastic bags and then I'll put them in here to where it's easy to access and stuff. So that's pretty much it for this closet. I keep it very simple and basic. I didn't have tubs for a while and I would just kind of throw stuff back in there, but it was just very hard. So I like having tubs. I also like having tubs with no lids because I feel like the lids somehow break or it just, yeah. So I'm not a huge person when it comes to lids. And that is the, whatever you want to call this room. Next thing, like I said, the living room, we don't really have that much when it comes to organizing stuff, just because that's just how it is. Now, grab one of these. Another thing that I would really recommend if you're a full-time RVer to have is some extra reusable bags. And yes, this is actually a reusable bag. There are a lot of states that we've been to that they don't have plastic bags or what have you. Sorry if camper's a little bit of a mess, don't pay attention. So sometimes we've been to some states where there are no plastic bags and you need to have some reusable bags. I keep a few of them in the truck just in case, because there's sometimes where we're at a grocery store and I'll run in, especially Aldi, they don't do bags. And so I've actually started to fold them like this. This is actually a reusable bag. Let me show y'all. Ready? Prepare to be amazed. Wow. Now I also collect bags at Trader Joe's because they have the cool state bags there at the checkout. So yes, I know, but let me show you all how to fold this. I also keep them up there in a reusable bag right there. So let's show y'all how to fold a reusable bag. All right, so here is the reusable bag. This really works with any reusable bags that you have. I'm going to get the straps and pull them in, and then I'm going to fold it in thirds, fourths, whatever really works. So this one I'm going to do, so this is a full length. I'm going to fold here, here, and here. So now it's like, looks like that, okay? Then I'm going to fold one side. So it was like this, flip it over. I'm going to fold one side over like this. And then there's like a little pocket that you can kind of see right here. Right there's a little pocket right here. I just kind of opened up one slot, and then I'm just going to shove it in just like that. Ta-da. And look, nice and neat. I can actually fit some of these in my Carhartt jacket, or they're great to just like throw in your purse or bag or what have you. There you go. These bags, we've actually used these for a lot of different things. If we need to go somewhere for the day or we're having to go overnight somewhere, we'll just use these to pack and what have you. Our office space has a few things that have kind of helped me out. One, I guess this is kind of office related, is having a tackle box for our batteries. We had this tackle box for a while, so I'm sure you can pick these up at Walmart or what have you. And we stick all of our batteries in here. We actually use quite a bit of batteries for headlamps, like the little puck lights and stuff, or just flashlights in general. Honestly, we don't use a ton of batteries, but we do need batteries. They all stay in here It's really nice. I like the ones that you can change the compartments depending on what batteries you use the most, so that way, you know, they're all kind of snug in there. So for us, we like to use these tackle boxes for batteries. Another thing that we use is a tri-fold, or those little accordion style plastic folders. I'll put a picture up of one. We use those for important documents or receipts that we need to keep, and so it's nice to have everything, or a few of them, for like maybe one for important documents, one for tax or receipts, another one for, you know, certain things that you need to keep a hold of. And so I like those because they can compact and you can put them wherever they need to be, whether it be underneath your bed, in a cabinet, a drawer, or what have you. I'm gonna get a few more to do some more like organizing stuff, but for us, that's what's worked the best. What I like about it is that Chase knows too that any important stuff that he needs for work is in that file thing, so he can just pull it out and he can sift through the stuff that he needs. Now, another thing, since we're pretty much right here next to the, move you all a little bit, entertainment center, is we actually keep our remote right here. Y'all can hear that. And guess what's behind it? Ta-da! We have the little velcro thing. Now, what I like about these velcros is that it comes in a strip and you just cut to size, which is awesome. It holds up really well. We keep the remote back up there because someone, who we shall not name, will actually turn the TV on. So we've come back sometimes and we can't find the remote. It's either up in the couch somewhere and he's turned the TV on to who knows what. We keep the remote back up in here. It actually stays really well during travel days too, because sometimes I would actually put it in a cap, like a drawer, and put it in there during travel days. But it just, this works great. I just pull it up right there, stick it up in there, and it's perfectly fine. So I don't know if I can. That is where the remote stays. So that's pretty cool. Another thing, I showed you all this and we did like a really massive decluttering video, is we keep all of our games in this basket, what have you. We took all the pieces out of the box and we put them in Ziploc bags. Now, I have seen a lot of people that they will get those mesh bags, which is great and all, but personally, plastic Ziploc bags are so cheap. You can buy a ton of them. And what I like about the plastic Ziploc bags is I can see, since they're clear, I can see what's in it and I can pull it out a lot easier. Some of those mesh bags, it's like you can't see really what's in it. And then a lot of them, they come in so many different sizes. And yeah, I just like the plastic bags. These have held up for years. I've used the same one, so it's not like they're going bad. And some of the mesh bags, you can't even put the game board in it. And so we don't have that many games, so I know what game board goes with the pieces. That's what's worked best for us. Now, another thing I want to talk about when it comes to bins in your camper is remember about the texture of them, because sometimes if they slip or if they're rubbing up against stuff, it can scratch your camper. So just kind of be mindful of what type of bins you use. This is kind of that, like, I don't know what you would call this type of material, but it doesn't scratch the camper or anything like that. Next week, I'll talk about one bin that was in our closet that kind of made a scratch up against the wall. So just kind of be mindful of that, because when you are in a camper, everything shifts and moves, and the last thing you want is scratches because of your bins. Another thing that we keep is a CD player, not CD player, what do you call these, like CD cases, I guess you could say. We have a lot of movies. Chase had a lot of movies when I met him, and we actually did this before we moved into the camper because we lived in a very tiny apartment, and all of our DVDs are in this container. We love it. I think we got it at Target maybe, because we had a bunch of gift cards. I'm sure you can find them at Walmart or really wherever. We didn't have Starlink for the first 3 years, which that'll be another video. There were a lot of places that we were at that didn't have service, Wi-Fi, or anything like that, even at RV parks. And so we do like to watch movies and TV shows, especially at nighttime. And that has just worked the best for us. We keep, or I keep, because I'm the one that does all the editing and stuff, all of my electronics fit in that container right up there. Doesn't have a lid or anything like that, and it works great. I got it at Walmart. If you are wanting to organize your camper, or you're moving into a camper and you want to organize, I would really encourage you to, one, not buy anything when you first move into a camper, because one, I actually bought quite a few stuff when we moved into this camper from IKEA. I didn't spend a lot of money, and y'all, I don't have any more of the IKEA stuff. I got rid of it. It just wasn't serving a purpose. It wasn't useful, because I saw so many other people say, oh, I have this, or you need this, or this works wonderful selling you on stuff that you need. I would really encourage you to move into your camper first, get rid of stuff that you don't need, live with it for a while, and then see what you need. I wish I knew that when we first moved into this camper, because it would have saved me so much trouble, and just I felt like if they're doing it, then I have to do it as well. I would really encourage you to get rid of stuff first, see what works for you, see what kind of organizing you like to do. Y'all, the stuff I showed you is not rocket science. It's not crazy stuff. It's just some stuff that has made my life so much simpler. And so I hope that encourages you as well, that you don't need crazy stuff. Oh, here's the other puck light I was talking to you about. Gotta go down here to Kenai's dog cave. We don't have a fireplace anymore. It actually stopped working. We thought we fixed it. We didn't fix it. It just stopped working. So now Kenai has a little puck light in his dog cave. These puck lights would be great for even cabinets, dark places in your closet. I know I've seen some at Harbor Freight that had the actual little switches and stuff. Those are a few bucks more, but you do you, they're out there. Like I said, my stuff is not rocket science when it comes to organizing the camper. Our camper, some of our shelves are very weird, so some stuff it's like you kind of just need to know what works best for you. It is okay to move stuff around. I would just be mindful of when you do buy tubs, make sure that if it is going to be in a place where it's going to move around a lot and shift, make sure you either put something underneath it, something on the side as well, so it's not rubbing up against cabinets, because that has happened to me. Like I said, I'm going to show y'all next week about that. Walmart has actually been really, really well for me. I'm just not a huge Amazon person. I have nothing to, I just don't shop on Amazon, to be quite honest. And I don't go out of my way to find organizing stuff. If there is a problem, I will try to figure out a solution. Next week, we're going to go over the kitchen and our bedroom slash bathroom, since it's kind of all in one spot. I'm excited to show you a few things in there because I have changed some stuff up since the last time I guess you guys saw it. If you have any questions, leave them below. Glad to help y'all out as much as I can. I do not have anything that hangs on my walls when it comes to organizing stuff, just because that's just not me. I don't like stuff on my walls. I mean, I have a few pictures and stuff, but really I don't like hanging organizing stuff on walls. I also don't have anything over the door hanging stuff because it just doesn't work with my camper. It doesn't work with the type of cabinets we have or the type of doors we have. So anything that's like that, we do not have in the camper. I try to get rid of stuff before I bring in organization stuff, and it's just worked out better that way for me as well. Also, use what you have first. There's been some stuff where I use what I have, like even my electronic tub up there. I have all of our wires in a giant gallon Ziploc bag, and you know, I already had it. I just threw them all in there, and it's cheaper that way, and the bag has lasted for a long time. I am a huge advocate for use what you have. Use gallon Ziploc bags. I mean, I have a giant thing of, speaking of using what you have, all of our utensils are in this tub. So like all of our pins, which are in a gallon Ziploc bag, is in here. We have tape, we have super glue, really anything. I use this to go into the stores to measure containers. I also don't like the plastic drawer containers. I feel like those just have not lasted well in the past when I've had them. And so I just don't like the plastic drawer containers that like you pull out the drawer and stuff. Those just don't work well for me. Know yourself when it comes to organizing. If you are one that, you know, likes individual little organizing stuff, that's totally fine. That is not me. Also, another thing with having these baskets and stuff is that it is so easy to pack up the camper, because I know the stuff that's in these tubs is not going to ship. It's not going to come out. And so for me, that is what works best, is having these tubs and containers. If you have any organizing tips that have helped you out, leave them below. Love to help each other out as much as we can. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We will see y'all next week. Bye y'all.